Hello, students. Jai Hind. Very good morning. Welcome back to our already continuing sessions of nomenclature, where in last two lectures we have already given you an enough practice for naming few organic compounds, where whatever homework you are given, there might not prevail, there should not prevail any confusion in your mind. I have given homework in that way, you all know very well that when you are, and in that, one more thing, dear student, when you receive the homework, understand specifically for the revision lectures of chapter 4, specifically for nomenclature practice session, homework has already been given to you during the lecture time. So, whatever homework you receive during the lecture time, you should understand the way you should do the homework. That's the two-way process. When you are asked that write all organic structures twice, it means two things. First, you will first draw the structure, and then after understanding the structure, you will write the name of the compound. That is the first way you have to write your homework. Then the second, twice means this. In second, first you will name the organic compound, and then will, according to the name of the organic compound, will try to draw its structure. Okay. So this is the way we have to follow. Understood? Today, as you all know, in nomenclature of first, in first revision lecture, we have practiced mostly. Our discussion was limited and confined to alkane, alkene, and alkyne. Understand? Then in next lecture, we started our revision by targeting one particular functional group which we call halides or halogens. Understand? Now, dear student, as you all know, whenever in first two lectures I already wrote those two golden rule which has to remain in your mind when you name any organic structure. That needs to be in your mind. Understood? Right? So before we start again today, understand chapter 4, we are targeting this. As you all know, carbon and its compound. Okay. And in this today, in revision lecture 3, I have already told you why I am specifying revision, so that it might not create any confusion. Understand, when you revise this particular chapter, actually revision lectures are designed specifically for understanding how to name any organic compound. Golden rule, should I need to write? You know very well. Carbon, the between two carbon atom, single bond prevail, ANE. Double bond anywhere between the two carbon atom, ENE suffix. Triple bond anywhere in the chain between two carbon atom, that means YNE suffix. Similarly, golden rule number 2, OH means OL suffix. CHO means AL suffix. COOH OIC oic suffix. COONE suffix. These two golden rule needs to remain permanently in your mind to understand the origin, to understand how to name any organic compound. Okay. Now, dear student, we have already understood naming any compound containing the any member of the halides group as functional group, either chlorine, fluorine, bromine or iodine, whatever, and we discussed in detail in lecture number 2. Okay, and as far as I can remember, we had almost named around 16 organic compounds. So we continue that. Okay, and suppose from today if we start number 17. Okay, dear student, I will first write the structure here, and we will try to assess it out, keeping in mind those two basic rules. Should I just write for every student OH? Please note down this OL. Understand? Now you all know this. This means OIC. Okay, just for your revision, I am mentioning it. COO. That means the suffix has to be ONE. Okay, and CHOs. Understood? The suffix has to be AL. At least this needs to be in your mind. Then and then you are able to name any organic compound. That chain to is in your mind, C1, C2, C3, you know, no, dear student? These are compulsory to gear the confidence. C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10, suppose. This means methane, then ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, decane, at least up to 10. That should be your criteria in 10th standard. Not more than that is required as of now. Later on, when you go to the upper standard, you may come across organic compounds and hydrocarbon containing more than 10 carbon atom. Just now, the C10 is sufficient for you. Methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, decane. Okay, you should speak with me also. Right. Now, let us draw one organic structure here. Okay. Suppose, dear student, you also draw with me. Suppose one organic structure I am drawing for you here. Okay. Here is suppose this way. Understand, carbon needs to be surrounded everywhere by hydrogen, as you all know. Everywhere here we are showing hydrogen. Understood? Now it's a time to guess about the naming of this organic compound. As I told you, two golden rule has to prevail in our mind. First rule will decide the end suffix, but the second rule also will decide is there present, and first rule will help you to name the compound, understand, basically ethane, butane, propane, whatever. And the second rule that confines the presence of functional group. Which functional group is present here already? OH. Now, dear student, you all know very well that functional group OH is present. That means the suffix has to be OL, that's final. Now see the carbon chain. Nowhere there is double or triple bond. Everywhere there is single bond. Single bond. That means any suffix can be, and it consists of how many carbon atom? Three carbon atom. Three carbon atom means propane. Suffix ol. So how will you name this particular organic compound as? Can you guess before me? Propanol. You understood this? Propanol. This is the way you can name this particular compound as propanol. Okay, we want to give some such type of other compound also. Understand? So this is clear in your mind? Okay, propanol. Okay, one more I would like to show you here, and please try to guess the name of that particular organic compound. Okay, you have to master yourself in naming any organic compound. As you all know, we are targeting one functional group at a time. Like last time in lecture number 2, we targeted only halides, halogens only. Just now, our target will remain this OH group, which you call hydroxyl group. That remains our target. Okay. And here, as I told you, everywhere the four valencies of the carbon needs to be satisfied. Okay. Everywhere where you see the gap of covalent bond, it is to be substituted, means it is to be covalently bonded with hydrogen. Now you check, dear student, again. You should learn how to name any organic compound. Suppose which group is here? OH. With suffix OL. Then you see the carbon chain. How many carbon atom are there in this particular linear chain? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon atom. C5 means pentane, but OH group means OL suffix. Can you name this organic compound, dear student? How will you name this? You can name this as pentanol, because 5 carbon atom means pentane and OH means OL, pentanol. This way you can name the organic compound, understand? And the lectures are designed in such a way that by the end of the few these lectures of revision, you must be able you must master yourself, understand, to name any organic compound in front of you. Suppose, dear student, let us make some minor change. Okay, this two. Okay, let us take some another one, right? 18 organic structure we have studied so far. Let me take some more also. Right. I am drawing the structure here and we will try to understand and assess out what is this about. Okay. The number 19. I will first draw the organic structure here and then we will try to understand naming it. Okay. Suppose I am drawing the structure here. Okay. Suppose here. Just try to understand this. Okay. One organic structure here. Now see, dear student. First, as I told you, every time when we want to name any particular organic compound, see the presence of the functional group. You have to observe each and every covalent bond first. See here the presence of OH. That means one thing is final. The organic compound has to be named with the suffix O-N-E. Oh, sorry, O-L. That's final. Now you count how many carbon atoms are there. There are three carbon atoms. Three means pentane. So normally you would like to name it as pentanol. But dear student, make one thing very clear. In the previous two organic compound, OH we have shown on the last carbon atom, if you can remember just now. Here hydroxyl group has been shown on second carbon atom. So there is some minor alteration in naming this compound. Understand? Rather you name it propanol, you can name the same compound in some different way like this. Either I can speak it like 2 propanol. This is also going to work. Or dear student, as far as the nomenclature is concerned, this is one way you can name 2 propanol, but there is one another way also to name propane 2 all. This way also you can name this particular organic compound. You understood this? Either you speak because hydroxyl group appears on the second carbon atom. That's why 2 propanol. Why propanol? Because consisting of a carbon skeleton of 3 carbon atoms. At the same time, this is also another way you can name this compound propane 2 all. Okay, right? Can I give you one more such compound where you will try your best to name this compound? Okay, dear student, let me give you. That's a self study for you just now. This you understood? Either 2 propanol or you can speak propane 2 all. Okay, the number 20. Try to understand this. I am writing the structure here. Okay, I am just trying to show you. First, you draw this structure and don't just haste yourself. Understand? Before drawing the structure, structure. See, everywhere, as I told you, the four valencies of the carbon needs to be satisfied. Okay, see the structure. Just a fraction of time, 1 minute, to name this particular organic compound. Okay, try to name this. First, you need to understand the presence of the functional group, and then for the particular suffix, and then you have to see the carbon skeleton consisting of how many carbon atoms. Understand? Just try to name, and I want every student, either of A, B, or G mid class, needs to understand how to name any organic compound. Understand? You have to guess. Then we will definitely name the given organic compound here, so that you can just analyze with your answer. Okay, so this is shown. Okay, can we start now? See, student, as I told you, whenever any organic compound come in front of you, your first target is to understand the structure, understand the presence of functional group here. That means OL suffix has been finalized to name this organic compound, but at the same time see the carbon skeleton, and at the same time you see one also important thing. OH, hydroxyl group, hasn't been shown on the last carbon, but it exists on the third carbon. I have already taught you that rule of counting the position of the carbon atom either from left right, and the least numeral you have to target. But here, so if you start from left or right, the third carbon atom exists in the center. Understand? So, how can you name this particular organic compound? How many carbon atom you see? 5. C5 means pentane, and OH, hydroxyl group, appears on the third carbon atom. So can I name it this way? Either you speak 3 propanol, sorry, 3 pentanol, because consisting of 5 carbon atom. You can call it 3 pentanol, or you can say pentane 3 all. You understood? So this way you can name any organic compound. Understood? Quite easy. Just you have to check the presence of the hydroxyl group. That is very important. If hydroxyl group exists on the last carbon atom, you will normally name it as pentanol, hexanol, heptanol, propanol, ethanol, whatever. But if there is a specific position of hydroxyl group, then you have to be very sure regarding how to name the organic compound, seeing the presence of OH group on particular structure. Okay. One more we want to discuss here. Okay, one more, and then the reverse way. I will give the name of the compound, and I will ask you to draw the structure. We want you to develop both skill. Understand? Suppose can I am just drawing one for you, and you should try to name this. Okay, suppose. Okay, uh, just try to understand here, and then everywhere carbon valency has to be satisfied by a hydrogen atom. Okay, just understand the basic structure following both those golden rules and try to name this particular organic compound. See here, dear student, OH, presence of OH group will assure about the suffix which you will add in this particular organic compound, that's OL. See the carbon chain, how many carbon atom you can count here, 6 carbon atom. C6, that means hexane. Understand, if OH would have appeared here, we must have called it hexanol. But OH group exists, understand, here on this carbon atom. And as I already taught you, counting the position of the carbon atom, either left or right, you have to take the least numeral, that's final, as per the standard nomenclature rules. If you start counting from left side, 1, 2, 3, on fourth carbon atom it exists. If you start counting from right, 1, 2, 3, on third carbon atom, so taking the least numerical will ensure that hydroxyl group appeared on the third carbon atom, and according to that, if I want to name this organic compound, I can name this way. Understand, it appears where? It appears on the third carbon atom. So I can say it either I will like 3-hexanol, or you can call it hexane 3 all. You understood, right? Is it clear? Hexane 3 all. Okay, you need to master on how to name any organic compound. Let me give now some reverse. Understand, I will give the name of two organic compound, and you will try to draw its structure, because in exam they can ask you in both the way, either structure given, name the compound, or name given, draw the structure. Two structure, 22 and 23, you will draw it by yourself in a specific time of 2 minutes. I am going to write both the compounds together. Okay, 22 and 23. Okay, I am writing name of both the compounds, right? First 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I am just writing the name of the compound. Okay, see, uh, let me write the name of compound. Okay, methanol. And I'm also writing one another here, right? And that's suppose heptane. Okay, heptane. Let me mention heptane 3 all. Okay, please. I'm giving you just 2 minutes to name this particular organic compound. Okay, try this out. how can you name this organic compound? This is just a practice for you. Understand? Try to name both try to draw the structure of both this organic compound. One I have given methanol, and another I have already given you. What is that? That is heptane 3 all. Okay, just try to draw the structure. You also have to develop this skill also, that the name of the organic compound is given. Just from the name you should know how to draw its organic structure. That is also very important. One is methanol and one is heptane 3 all. Understand? Both. Just in 1 minute, try to name this organic compound. Okay. Can I? There is already a presence of functional group because the suffix you need to target first everywhere. You see, dear student, because just now you are attending this specific lecture, that's why it looks like that we will understand it. But when it comes to, as of all organic compounds together, and you have to specify these micro basic rules are help you a lot. Okay. Oil. So one thing is clear, the organic structure must contain hydroxyl group. That's clear. Now, what is written here? Can you see this? Methane. Methane means how many carbon atom? Only one. These are some basics you should understand. Then and then you will develop the skill of drawing any particular organic structure. Understand? OL, that means there must be the presence of OH group 1. Second, methanol, that means the organic structure must contain only one and only one carbon atom. So, can I draw this way? You must have drawn also C, OH. Yes, one OH group, carbon, and as you all know, valency is always required to be satisfied. Understand, the structure is drawn. If you want to translate it into formula, it looks like CH3OH methanol consisting of only one carbon atom. Here, dear student, C again, presence of OL. OL means there must be the presence of OH group. Hydroxyl group is going to be there. And you see the name heptane. That means heptane means how many carbon atoms? 7. But one more thing which is very important is the name you read, it is heptane 3 all. This specify that the hydroxyl group has to exist on the third carbon atom. You understood, in a chain hydroxyl group has to be covalently bonded on the third carbon atom. So can have you done this way? First the 7 carbon atom for 5, 6, 7. 7 carbon atom as usual because it is heptanol. Okay. And now hydroxyl group will exist on the third carbon atom. If some student has shown this way, this is correct. Okay, and and remember one thing. Okay, don't be lazy. Understand not to write the hydrogen atom. You should develop the habit of understand precisely writing hydrogen atom. Understand, covalently bonded with carbon. This is the way the organic structure has been made. Okay, one hydrogen here also. Is it correct? Heptane 3 all. Some student might have also drawn in some other way also. That's also possible because counting from left, this is correct position of the hydroxyl group, but some student can also draw this way. This is also going to be correct. Okay, first you see 7 carbon atom. If some student like to show the presence of the hydroxyl group from right, that's also okay. You can show it from here also, OH, and rest of the valency, okay, that is to be occupied by hydrogen atom. See, everywhere you show hydrogen atom, okay, wherever covalent bond are vacant, understand that is to be filled by hydrogen atom. Is this correct? Yes, why not? Counting from left, this is third carbon atom. Counting from right, this is third carbon atom. This way, you can also draw any organic structure you would like to understand. But when you draw any organic structure, you need to keep in mind the basic rules. You understood that you need to keep in mind. Okay. Uh, One more structure also I just want to give you, and please try to make it perfect. Okay. Suppose, let me give you one more, 24. Okay. Let me give you the name of that. Okay. 23, now 24. Just try to name this butane. Okay, butane should butane 2 all. Okay, try to draw the structure of this compound in a very sharp time. You can draw it because once you learn the basics of naming any organic compound, it becomes very easy, dear student. Rather, it sometimes happens that even in PTM, I heard that some difficulty understand in naming the organic structure and to design the organic structure from the given name. It happens only when you don't go in detail and understand the basic rules of nomenclature. Understand? If you just understand the basic rules, there is nothing difficult. Just in 1 minute, try to draw because we have to deliver time to each and every student. Understand? Every student needs to develop the skill of drawing structure of any organic compound just from the name. Understood? Right? Butane to all. Many students might be very sharp enough to just draw the structure. They will not take much time understand to draw the organic structure. Those who have practiced naming the organic structures understand rather than the homework practice understand, then I expect they might be able to draw the structure very sharp and clear. See, dear student, first see the suffix OL means the presence of OH group butane. That means consisting of how many carbon atom? 4. And where exists the OH group, the name itself gives you an idea that the hydroxyl group has to be on the second carbon atom. Seeing the position from this particular number, let me write this way: butane. That means definitely a carbon skeleton of 4 carbon atoms. Okay, presence of OH group is ensured by this suffix, and this number ensures understand that it exists on the second carbon. So either see, try to understand, dear student, counting from left, this is second carbon atom. Counting from right, this is second carbon atom. Either you show OH group here or you show OH group here, all are equal and correct. Okay. So this is the way the organic structure understand is completed, which is actually as per the name butane to all. Butane consisting of a chain a carbon skeleton of 4 carbon atom and hydroxyl group exists on the second carbon atom. Understand, as I told you, not necessarily that you show the presence of OH group here, you can show it here also, because when there is no such discrepancies arises of where to show the hydroxyl group, when counting from left to right you are getting the equal either on this carbon atom or this carbon atom, then you can draw the organic structure in two way. Understand, dear students? So what is my target is that once you attend the lecture today, I have just targeted understood only one particular hydro group or functional group, that is OH group. This way, dear student, in next lecture I want to target understand few other functional group where you should learn how to draw, how to name the organic compound when the structure is given, and when the name of the organic compound, you should know how to draw the structure. Okay, so the target is that once you try to revise these lectures again and again, and if you start practicing this, that might be going to help you a lot in naming the organic compound. Okay, dear student, we'll meet in the next lecture with few more. Understand practice of organic structure as per the standard nomenclature. Okay, thank you very much.